Yo, bro.
Yo, bro.
Yo, bro.
What's up?
Well, I got a bit of an update for you.
Yeah? On
You
what?
told me you wanted to keep me or keep you updated on the lawn.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a couple pictures I sent Abe. I'm pretty sure they won't or DOS me or whatever the heck it's called, dox me.
He's new to the internet.
So whoa, hold on, don't show him yet, Jesus.
Whoa.
My
Okay.
gosh.
I'm
Okay, I
trying to
didn't
be
swap
efficient.
yet. We're good.
Trying to be
Someone
efficient.
knows how to mix. It's fine.
All right, so I told you about the lawnmower, how it was cutting uneven.
Yeah.
Well, I filled the tires up, and I think that solved a little bit of it, but you'll see. And the issue is
Mm-hmm.
there's so much clippings, so my lawn was just covered. It looked like mountains of grass.
Yeah.
So I went out there with my leaf blower and got a picture of my front lawn. I think that was the one you just pulled up. You can pull it up.
Ready?
Okay.
All right, what do we
Yeah.
got?
Pulling it over.
Boom.
So you could see down at the street, there's 3 piles, right?
Yeah.
It's a lot of lawn clippings. That's the whole lawn, the front lawn.
Mm-hmm.
But as you know, I got that whole side lawn,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't want to bring it to the street, so I had to find a place
Mhm.
to put it all.
Yeah.
So if you go to that picture, Abe, you'll see a gigantic mound in the middle, in the tree in the middle of my house.
It's like a Christmas skirt.
I mean, that's already dead under there anyway. It's just all dirt. So I was like, let me just pile it up there, see what happens. What am I supposed to do, dude?
It is a Christmas skirt.
Now I have a fresh start, though. Now it won't be like a lot of grass clippings all over, but you could see
Yeah.
that it just died. It kills my grass when I just leave it there.
Did
Obviously,
you
see the
consider
stripes.
bagging it?
No, dude, it's too much work, bro. Come on.
All right.
I will say.
I looked for a bagger, a triple bagger for my lawnmower, and they're just like $600. I'm like, nah, I'll just leaf blow it in the middle of my yard.
Yeah, but I mean, like, you can get one of those big black extra heavy duty garbage bags and just fucking you can't fill that bad boy up with the tree skirt over there in like, I don't know, 6 minutes.
No,
You don't
absolutely
think?
not. That picture does not do it justice, dude.
We
That
have an
is-
expert in chat, Slow.
It's gigantic, bro.
Mm.
It is so much. What do we got?
Well, Fat Nuts is in chat, and I mean, he's, as you guys know, he drives a BMW. That's how successful his
Mhm.
lawn mowing business enterprise is, and he says
Yeah.
you should bag it up because it'll start a fire.
It'll start a fire. I mean, what's gonna start a fire if lightning hits it? Like what starts a fire out of it? What's the spark come from?
It's the middle of summer. You'll be fine, bro. It's raining most afternoons, right? Moist out yonder.
It's not like I mean that tree is like half dead, so it might be next to an extremely flammable tree, but we'll see. Dude, I can't do it. What do you want me to do, dude? I looked up the baggers; they're too expensive. I
No,
don't feel like
not the
getting it.
automatic. I mean the manual, like the.
Dude.
Yeah, you get a shovel, and
You already got a riding
a rake.
mower. You can't bag that shit. I'll just say.
We'll see. Maybe next time. I feel good about this. The
Ah,
front definitely has to get bagged because
it's
there's
a-
3 gigantic piles.
there's no denying it's a creative solution.
hmm
You
Appreciate
take
that.
this.
and your
Appreciate
lawn, your little circle lawn lines, they're very well defined. It looks really
Well,
good. You did a great
Here's
job.
why I started in the middle. Because if I start on the edge, depending on which way I go, I shoot the clippings, and then if I keep running over it, it's just not good for the mower. So I started in the middle, shooting the clippings towards the tree,
Mm.
and I just kept going around. I never ran over clippings, dude.
Okay.
I was nice. I was nice with it.
Hey,
Okay.
I'm at it with a plan.
Yep, I got weed whacked that stuff over there in the corner though. And then you see that little piece of like, it looks like a couple pallets stuck together, back
Yeah.
in the way back.
Okay.
Yep,
So about
that
this guy
right
right here?
there. That was Trisha's sister tried to build a compost station. So now it's just a big piece of wood
Shit
block
pile.
filled with
Well, but
shit.
Isn't that perfect for your grass clippings?
That is perfect for the grass clippings. Now I got to move that whole pile over there, though. We'll do it next time. I'll do it next time. Fat Nuts knows he sees the potential, dude. A lot of potential. What
Mhm.
kind of tree is that, too? That's a weird tree, isn't it?
Yeah, a dead one is from the looks of it.
Just the bottom.
We don't gotta classify it. It's not alive. It's fine.
Anyway, so things are going well over here, dude.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
How about you guys?
Life is good, my friend. Life is very good. I spent the past many days planning and scheming for a little event we got coming up for the channel, and I'm real excited about it. Things all coming together. Well, when a plan comes together.
Love it.
What about you, Abe?
Anything new over there?
Things are good. You know, I'm still sticking to the workout plan, so I haven't quit yet. That's probably a new record in the past few years. So I'm very proud of myself.
W.
You know, pat myself on the back. And you know, got a less than a month away. We always talk about it on here, but I am going on a pretty cool vacation. I'm going to Germany for Oktoberfest, and I'm really excited.
Yeah, that's gonna be awesome, man. Where are you going? You got an itinerary?
We fly into Munich, and then we're going to take the train into Austria, actually, and we're going to spend a lot of time in the Innsbruck area in Austria until opening weekend of Oktoberfest, and then we're going back to Munich and spending all of opening weekend in Munich and getting to see like the tapping of the first keg and all the big stuff. Yeah,
that's the spot, man. I hit all the big spots while I was there. Hofbrauhaus and Paulaner is like my personal favorite of the big five. There's basically 5 breweries slum in Munich, and it's like the jewels of the crown, basically. And they all date back, an insane amount of time. But they all have like their individual breweries. Some have like more than one in the area, and they're just like massive celebratory halls of beer and good ass food, and it's magic. It's really nice.
I saw a video of like everyone storming into one of those halls trying to get a table,
trying to get seating, and it's all first come first serve, and
crazy.
There is no AC, so it really does depend on the time of year. When we were there, it's hot as fuck, and so we didn't spend a ton of time inside. But I think Abe's gonna have a much better weather experience for sure in October. That'll be great.
I'm hoping you have a wonderful time, Abe.
I appreciate it. This has been a big one for me. I've been looking forward to it. We've been saving for this for a while. This is like a dream of mine to go, actually. I do have some German heritage, so I'm very excited about this one.
That's dope, man. Enjoy it.
What do you guys say? You want to get into this bad boy?
What do we got, Abe?
Freaking do it.
All right. Well, usually we're talking about angry people, but today we got good news and we got happy gamers.
I love it, dude. What do we got?
All right, so this one hit me close to home because I love this franchise, but there was a recent announcement. It actually came up originally, and where the idea came from was from former Philadelphia Eagles center Jason Kelsey, while talking on his podcast New Heights with his brother Travis, discussing the fact that he was looking into buying the Backyard Sports franchise, or at least trying to get it up and running again. And then lo and behold, out of nowhere, yesterday on Twitter, we got a tweet from the Backyard Sports franchise themselves. And I'm going to turn the volume down a little bit here. But Backyard Sports is coming back. They're revitalizing the series and making a new series of games.
Banger, dude. Okay. Where's my boy, though?
I don't think they show Pablo on here. I'm sure he's coming back. He's the most famous of the Backyard athletes.
Pablo Sanchez.
Yeah. The man, the myth. We are getting DM.
No, this has got to be him.
It doesn't matter.
That's him right there.
Pablo. Yeah, Pablo, there we go.
Banger, dude. Yeah. And he's knocks it out of the park.
So
dude,
they haven't given us an official release date yet. They said in the next couple of months was what they came on their official statement, but they have a website up and running for it. They're bringing back in my opinion, a very storied, fun franchise from my childhood, and I'm excited about it too.
Wait, they have a website?
Yeah, I believe it's just backyardsports.com, but
probably
quote me on that.
Go to the website real quick.
All right.
Let me see what's on that website, dude.
I tell you guys something?
Sports. Yeah, absolutely.
Never played a Backyard Sports in my life.
Oh, Jesus. Go to... wow, it's just like it was. Go to cards. Oh, my gosh.
Apparently, this is bringing up... It's the old layout from
it's the same exact thing. Hold on, play it through for a second.
Yeah.
I want to see who was first. I think it was yeah, this fucking Italian guy, dude. This is racist. It's so good though. This is my guy, dude. Tony Del
Tony
Vecchio.
Del Vecchio.
I think it's short for Del Vecchio. That's his name. Del Vecchio, I mean.
So
All
good.
right, you're good, dude. Bro, this was the best, dude.
Mm-hmm.
This was so good. Oh my god, I can't wait. It's gonna be widescreen too, dude.
It's
was
gonna be awesome.
how this was played on the computer, right?
Yeah, so it was actually one of the original computers. So I didn't even have this game on my computer, but one of my close friends did, and we would play backyard baseball.
Yeah, dude.
All
Wasn't
night
it
long.
in a
dude.
CD? Didn't you have to play it on CD, or did you
I
go
don't
to a
remember
web
if it was
browser?
a CD or it might have been a floppy disk that we played.
I don't know if it was a floppy disk. Dude, this game was it was so good, but here's what I'm worried about. It's not like the longevity. It's kind of like you dip back in and then you live the golden years and then you're out again. It's like I think that'll be what it's good for. If they could bring it back just to like make a little money like that, or just keep it there for free potentially, that would be great. But it's not like there's no story or anything. I don't think there's like a player mode. Maybe you can make your own player and go through the whole season. I don't think so though, dude. It's just like
I could see that being a possibility. And you're forgetting an element that didn't exist before that will really help this franchise, and that is online competitive play. You'll be able to play people.
that would be pretty cool.
And I think that's going to add a brand new element to this that didn't exist before.
I think you could make your own character too.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
I could see them easily supporting that. That doesn't seem like it's too far fetched.
You never played this?
No, not at all. And I was double checking because they do have some Game Boy Advance. And I was thinking I maybe played the volleyball for the Game Boy Advance, but it doesn't look like that exists. I had a volleyball game on GBA that was a lot of fun.
Can you bring up a video, Abe, of some of the pitches, maybe backyard baseball pitches?
Yeah,
dude, this game was insane, bro. They defied the laws of physics. I'll be straight up with you. And if you cracked one of these screwballs and it went over, it felt like the best feeling in the world. And like the characters were so relatable. Like there's a guy in a wheelchair. I don't know what his name was, but he was pretty freaking good. All that upper body strength. Pablo Sanchez.
Surprisingly good base runner too for being
Look
in a
at
wheelchair.
him, dude. Look at Pablo Sanchez.
See if we can like skip through
Football
this
head.
and actually get some of the here's some of the gameplay.
This picture ain't got the juice though. But let's
I have YouTube muted. Don't I?
Literally the juice. Look at the juice on the right, bro. The juice invented the juice. Look at that thing, dude. Boom. Right down the box, dude.
You know, I played All-Star Baseball 99 quite a bit.
Okay.
But that was on N64, but it was a very well-made game. It was a pretty fun baseball game.
Okay. Maybe it was like this. This picture ain't got the juice, dude. But let it be known, there were pitches where it would go like right back down.
They had some crazy pitches. And,
dude.
you know, obviously this doesn't look like the most exhilarating gameplay right now because this thing is forever old, but back in the day, this is pretty sweet. Yeah.
This is it. Crazy ball. Go ahead. Throw the crazy ball, dude. Let's see. Come on. I need my guy to throw the crazy ball. I wonder I forget what the juice was. Was it
that's like your stamina? That's the pitcher's
he's
like
the
stamina.
pitcher.
Mm-hmm.
Man, look at these graphics too. Oh my god, this guy's about to throw a perfect game.
I love seeing Slum have nostalgia for a game that I haven't played for once. You know what I mean? Because usually it's the other way around, but this is nice. I'm enjoying this.
I'm like a little mind blown that you've never played this. To be honest, I'm not sure. All I think I remember was backyard baseball. Did they have backyard?
They had football. I remember playing football and baseball. There's probably other teams too, but those are the two that I played.
Okay.
And granted, like I've heard of backyard sports. Like I've heard of the game. Just never owned it, never played it. That's cool though.
It'll be cool.
So is Jason involved, or is this just like Kismet?
It doesn't appear that he is, but they made a big deal about how much they love this game growing up and playing it together.
Very cool.
And they talked about looking for a way to revitalize it, and then magically it did. So they haven't really announced much about who's behind it other than the Backyard Sports franchise.
Yeah.
And they haven't really even given too much information about what it's going to include or what it's going to look like. They just released that trailer on Twitter, but it just popped up yesterday. And like I said, I knew it would be a big nostalgia hit for. I figured you might have played it too, Mark, but I'm glad to see Slummy did.
That's
Well,
what's
I
up.
hope they do good things with it, but I don't know about. I hope they're not planning on like turning it into something that it isn't. It's okay to be what it is. That's what it is.
I agree. I also think there's ways to like marry modern day with
Yeah.
that concept and have it be good and fun. I think like sports games that are like you can update the graphics, you can make it like I would still bank heavily on like the unrealistic stuff in the game.
Yeah.
That's part of what makes it fun, right? And then managing those resources, I'm sure, is part of the gameplay, and just fucking cranking dingers off your friend across the world now. That might be nice.
That might be nice,
That
dude.
might be nice.
Multiplayer.
Time will tell.
Make sure you guys have multiplayer in there. That's what I want
Yeah,
to say.
I think it needs multiplayer for sure.
All right, well, good stuff, dude. I like that.
I figured
What
I'd
do you
start
say?
us off with some positivity today.
That was perfect, dude. I love that. What else we got?
All right. Well, I have a quick follow up for you. We love our follow ups here. Now I got the follow up tracker sheet.
Love it.
And a few episodes ago, we had talked about some technology that was out there in the form of hardware in a new series of keyboards by Razer that's referred to as SnapTap. And so, if you're unfamiliar, what that allows you to do is it basically allows you to cancel your action by hitting another key. So, it's very important in a game like Counter-Strike. Because when you're doing your strafing, a lot of people will do what they call counter strafing, which is hit the opposite direction, stop on a dime, and make your gun fully accurate. So this has been a big controversy in the Counter-Strike community. People were already using something called null binds to achieve this effect. And they were also doing things like binding keys with jump and doing jump binds to make grenade throws and things sooner. And Valve just this week came out and said they're putting an end to all of it. You are not allowed to have any of these movement enhancing software or hardware capabilities. It is now illegal in all forms of matchmaking. So it's not, before it was kind of, as long as you weren't playing tournaments, it was okay. That's no longer the case. So rest in peace to those out there who bought that $250 keyboard just for the SnapTap technology.
Ironically, here's what'll really cook your noodle. ESL for the pro scene has said that they are allowing it. And so before, there were a lot of things that were legal only in matchmaking. And now this isn't in matchmaking, but it is legal in the pro scene for ESL tournaments, which I think is probably one of the worst decisions they've made. There's absolutely no reason. They have to be getting kickbacks from G2 and some of the other teams that are I think sponsored and also have been actively using this tech for like multiple tournaments now. So very interesting. I don't really know what's going on there. It feels weird. It feels very shady that were instantly announcing, despite Valve, right, who owns and runs the game, disallowing like the general population from playing, that they were like, nah, it's fine. Okay. That is weird. Feels like someone's palm is getting greased up.
I don't get how. So they're banning it. If Valve is banning it, how can people even do it if ESL is allowing it?
The ESL comment came after Valve, for clarity.
Okay.
So there's someone in the chat saying that they won't keep it now that it clashes with Valve, but Valve's statement came first. ESL followed up saying that it was okay for their tournament play.
Valve just gonna have to look the other way for.
I have no idea how it's gonna work. Time will tell. We'll see. Maybe they hash it out behind doors at this point. I don't know.
Well, I mean, the tournaments aren't done on official Valve servers, right? I'm sure they're done as a LAN in the building and different things. So they probably have a little bit more control over what happens.
Yeah, that's fine. But I do think things like this diminish the skill gaps in the game, right? We talked about this when we talked about the tech to begin with. This is a part of the game. Having consistent counter strafing is something that people work hundreds of hours towards, right? If not thousands. And having a hardware take care of that for you is definitely undercuts, you know, what is, in my opinion, like the biggest skill ceiling game in the world. So that feels bad. I don't think anything like that should exist. Jump binds is a really weird one because they put a jump bind into the game. I think you're just not allowed to use the one that isn't built in now. So if you had it in your auto exec, you will now have to change over to the new system. But jump throws in general will still be a thing. Because, and I think like they are doing it right because really the barometer is everyone needs to be on the same level to start. That's important when it comes to like the actual capabilities, right? Like you don't want people to just be able to like have it auto exec that gives them an edge, right? That's not okay. And on top of that, you want the decision making to be based on increasing the skills required for the game to be played at the highest level. And so they just recently added a grid system, and basically when you hold when you get a grenade out, you can change how long it takes, but by default, if you just wait 1 second, you see this whole grid on the screen instead of just like the cursor. And the idea behind that is to allow you to really like line up pixel perfect a bunch of different grenade throws, right? For the sake of intelligent utility to execute whatever you're trying to accomplish and have all those like preset up and ready and remember, like, you know, in the brain or written on your like notebook, because teams have that in front of them a lot of the time. And, you know, that kind of thing is really, there's so much depth with it. It's like literally limitless. And so removing like a jump throw removes the ability to like do that kind of thing, and that would feel bad because that would diminish the skill ceiling. So they're making all the right choices here, which feels good. I just don't understand the CSL thing at all.
Well,
And it looks like they do note here that they're going to no longer allow automation via scripting or hardware. That seems to support what you're saying, that if you're using the official built-in jump throw bind, that will be okay. It's just more so the ones that are coming from the scripts in the auto exec. So that does seem to support that.
Yeah, I and we said this like, I think when we talked about it, we were like, well, if it's not banned, then do it. Like it is what it is. But now, like half banned, it's weird. It's interesting. I don't know how to feel about this. So we're gonna have to keep it on the tracker, dude.
I'll keep it on the tracker for sure. To now we'll add it to the ESL though, that will track them to see if they update their decision, or even if Valve, I guess, goes back and changes their mind as well.
Okay, well let's keep it on the thing and we'll check back in. What else we got, Abe?
All right. Speaking of quick hitters here and updates, there was an update to a very popular game in this community and amongst this podcast, and that would be the instant classic Escape from Tarkov.
Oh,
they just did a wipe this week, which means kind of they wipe out all the characters and you start from square one. It's always usually hyped because they introduce a whole bunch of new content and all these different things that are going to be coming out with it. This one was touted as the best wipe to date, which they all always say that every single time.
Wait, is this the segment of what makes or what gamers are angry about?
I mean, probably. The problem is I don't think there's that many people playing Tarkov anymore to even be that angry.
You'd have to have a meaningful expectation for a wipe to be upset about anything. So,
so with this wipe, they introduced a new patch. They brought the servers down for 8 hours to install this new patch and do all the updating. And then I would say about an hour or so after the servers came back up and people started playing, we got this tweet from BSG. This is what I call a wipe classic, and that is, I'll read it to you. It says, "We are aware of the technical issues and are currently working on resolving them. Thank you for your understanding. Hashtag escape from Tarkov." Notice how they don't actually mention any of the things that they're working on or what's wrong. That's because people couldn't connect to games. They couldn't connect to their servers. They were getting back-end errors, which is a very common Tarkov issue that we see time and time again when people are actually playing the game.
Dude, look at the comment that you could see. You already know they had this tweet saved in drafts.
Well, the thing is that's the exact same copy pasted message that they've been using for 6 years, like unironically.
And
It just like it is ready to go. That was in drafts. Like it's not even a joke. It fucking sucks. It cops to no responsibility. They make it as blanket statement as possible, so they don't like hone in on what's actually wrong. So they don't have to admit fault with anything specifically. Anyone who's upset about something can assume that it's going to be towards their problem. That they're like, there's so many like angles here, and they work every single one of them. It's all intentional. They are absolute master manipulators. So it's typical BSG. Oh, did I mention that grenades have no sound for when people pull a pin, throw it, or it explodes in the game? This wipe.
That's not the only issue with grenades. And thank you. That's a great segue into my next point. I then said to myself, well, we expected them to have server issues. They do every single time, right? Why would that be any different? So I decided to look into some of the gameplay situation and see what new things were brought to it. And we have this tweet here from Sick Degenerate as he's showing some of his gameplay here. And I want you to watch him throwing these grenades and how this looks, because this looks like they've completely broken the grenade system.
Okay. What do we got? Okay, he's pulling the pin.
What the fuck is that?
He just threw it and it went 2 feet in front of him by accident. He hit a binder. And it didn't make a sound. Wait, so what happened?
The trajectory of him.
What the fuck is
Wow.
It's cooked. That one didn't even try. The first
that one went
tried.
straight down. Yeah, that one went straight down. So grenades are completely busted.
Gosh.
There's a whole slew of other issues.
Can you slow that video down or no? Does it work like that on X?
I don't think there's a.
Yeah, we can.
Go to 25x and let me see that first grenade throw if you don't mind. It's like it either started. Let's see. So he's about to toss it. Oh my! I mean,
it just
was
straight
close.
goes to the left.
It was close.
It goes to the left.
It was close, but this guy plays enough that he knew I can get away with that throw.
And I don't even know if we could see what happens to the second one. I mean, the second one just goes straight down, I think. It doesn't even look like it leaves his hand.
Let's see. Pin pulled. Is it even in his hand right now?
It just immediately hooked left. It came out of his hand and went straight left and hit that wall again.
Dude, it's so good. Oh my God. They know what they're doing, dude. They really know.
This is on top of the fact that now everyone and their mother has the unheard of edition because they were cucks and paid more money to Battlestate for all the bonus stuff. And you should see the difference in what is available to these people on Wipe versus even just EOD. Like it is like the most significant pay to win shit you've ever seen in a Wipe in your entire life. It's like 6 different metaguns, 2 gigantic weapon cases, a scav junk box, like all the things that just like not only do they give you level 5 armor, by the way, which nobody has the potential to penetrate with the stuff that they have available to them. So they're just like fucking invincible walking tanks. It's brutal, man. It's genuinely game ruining. And just the whole thing fucking sucks. Battlestate's shitty for offering that kind of thing, and the people who are buying it, bro, peace be with you, man. That shit is so soft. It is insane.
Well, I did get an email saying it's 15% off right now.
So cool, man.
When is it enough? When do they have enough?
They just don't care about the integrity of their game whatsoever, and they just are milking it. And this is just more of that. And it's a shame, and they know this. The shittier their game is, the more people want an unfair advantage to play it because they just are so tired of losing. Little do they know it like undermines like the entire enjoyment of playing the game and unlocking those things naturally. Like there's no sense of accomplishment. It's so trash, man. The game is such a piece of shit.
You hear in business when a CEO starts a business and then they become successful and then a company comes in and either buys a significant portion or buys it and you're still on as CEO. you see the company kind of like just do different stuff, and the CEO is like mad, and it hurts them. This is totally different. This is them. This is still them, and they don't give a shit about their product.
They never
But
did.
they want to make money though,
Correct.
and they make a shit ton of money.
Yep.
They do.
Yep.
They do.
Milking it.
Milking it.
When is it enough? When are people just gonna be like, nah?
There's zero competition. ABI and fucking Gray Zone Warfare and the other one that came out that I can't remember, Hawk Tua. They're all garbage games.
Delta Farts. Yeah, Delta Farts Hawk 2 is what we've affectionately named it in the community.
They're all none of them are good games. They're all shitty, half-assed. Like, I'm gonna do the bare minimum to tick the boxes for this genre that has a huge player base and interest, but no one is willing to take the time to make a game good. And so the default is still back to Tarkov for all these people. It sucks. I mean, there's a reason I'm removed from this genre entirely at this point. It's a fucking joke.
All the assets you need to create a game like this are in the Unreal Engine marketplace, and you could probably get a bunch of them for free.
Yeah, the difficulty comes with
Servers and shit.
It's also networking is the biggest issue, right? And being able to create your game from the ground up to still have competitive integrity when it comes to an FPS, right? Most of them, well, none of them do. To be very clear, not one of them has any competitive integrity whatsoever. There will never be a pro scene that's meaningful for any of these games, despite everyone telling me I'm wrong 7 years ago for Tarkov, and there being esports teams. Fucking Keck W. We see what happened there. Oh wait, nothing.
It's a pretty cool booth at TwitchCon.
Yeah,
that's where the money goes. It doesn't go into development. It goes into booths.
It also goes into like the really cool cinematic series that they put out, or the fucking what was it, like 5 or 10 mil on their books for marketing for Tarkov Arena. That was the biggest piece of shit flop to ever come out that no one wanted.
Booth. Remember the booth? It was for Arena.
Remember when we were watching them play Arena and there was insane desync on a fucking closed connection right there because it's just built into the game?
Who's the guy they send to run that booth? Nikita ain't coming. Did he?
He was there.
He go?
Yeah, he was there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why didn't we say anything to him?
I don't have anything nice to say to Nikita, so I talked to the other people like Dimitri and Applezor. They're like the two community managers. They came up and said, "What's up?" Nice guys. Helpful from time to time. But yeah, I don't have there's not a conversation to be had between me and Nikita, and he knows that, and I know that, and that's okay.
Oh God, this fucking game.
Yeah.
Every time it comes up.
Pep had a convo with him. Want to hear about Pep's convo?
I would love to.
Pep said something along the lines of, so your games caused a lot of heartache and frustration. He said your games caused me a lot of pain. and Nikita was like, yeah, well. And that was it. Like, that was the extent of their convo. He got a photo and then he was out.
Wow. Okay. Well, I mean, I guess that answers it.
So funny.
Jeez, dude.
So classic. Oh, man.
Well, I mean, is there anything else that we wouldn't expect from this Tarkov thing, or
no?
Yeah, we'll close this out with the fact that I will be live on Tarkov Monday and Tuesday next week with drops, and I will be playing the game live blindfolded. Because I think that's the way I'll have most fun playing it. So that's what we got going on. Come through. Twitch.tv/Markstrom.
Oh, man, I can't wait. What else we got, Abe?
All right, I have one more in the video game category. This is an actual good game. Mark's been playing on stream as well, but that is the new title, Wukong Black Myth. It is a Souls-like game. It's set in China. About the stories of Wukong, who's like a monkey warrior. And the game has been an instant smash success. I mean, it came out and did 53 million in pre-sales. Had over 1.3 million concurrent players on Steam. This thing is rolling. They're having a lot of success with the game itself, and it has had a very good reception from players about the quality of the game. It did come with one weird caveat, though, and I don't know if they reached out to Markstrom with this at all either, but there was a rumored interesting email that the developers had sent out that contained a Google document that had do and don't instructions for content creators when they were talking about the game, as well as a Steam code to access the game. But here are the do's, and I could pull it up in the article too, but so you have it on screen.
Yeah.
But the do's were enjoy the game. Very simple, not very controversial. Right? We can get behind that. The don'ts were interesting. So we have in the don'ts: do not insult other influencers or players. That's fair enough. Do not use any offensive language and humor. Also fair enough, right? They don't want to insult anybody. They don't want to offend anybody. But then we get to do not include politics, violence, nudity, feminist propaganda, fetishization, and other content that instigates negative discourse. We'll touch on that one again in a second. Then they go on to say, do not use trigger words such as quarantine, isolation, or COVID-19.
China.
Or China. We just got blacklisted off YouTube right there. Thanks, Abe.
And then do not discuss content related to China's game industry policies, opinions.
Ooh, okay. Interesting.
So this is a Chinese developer that made this game, as you could probably guess based off of some of these. But the two that really hit me were the COVID-19, which once again, it's a Chinese developer. It's a very sensitive topic in China to talk about. They don't want anyone bringing that up. But then there's another one in here for the feminist propaganda. That line got me a little bit.
That one's interesting.
Well, when you dig into that a little bit, that's because an article was put out by Screen Rant during this game's production that accused the studio of being horribly misogynistic, and they want to make sure that no one brings up that topic when discussing the game, and that we're only focusing on the gameplay.
They got a little blizzardy. You know, they took a little inspo.
Wait. Okay. All right. So that's what they mean by feminist propaganda.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, you could do what you want, but here's the issue with this stuff, in my opinion. And let it be known, I'm not saying the game's trash. The game is great. Obviously, I've been enjoying watching Markstrom play it. All I'm commenting on is this. All right. So let's separate the two.
Mm-hmm.
When you say things like do not use any offensive language or humor, I call Markstrom short 4 days of the week. Is that offensive? Where's the line, and who's deciding what is offensive? And it's just so subjective. So
let's be clear about
who's
something.
the judge of offensive, and who's the judge of violence? Because there could be violent speak. Go ahead.
Let's be clear about something.
Go ahead.
They can send me anything that they want. Even if they give me a key, they can say whatever the fuck they want to say. If I don't sign anything, you can suck me from the back. How about that?
From the back, dude.
Suck
You're going to have to go
from
real low.
Come on, man.
That's
I'm reporting you to China. That's offensive.
Dude.
Yeah.
You
You're not,
motherfucker.
dude.
I'm putting your name's on a list.
Wukong devs hear this.
Disappear me, dude.
Yeah, I mean, listen, no one signed anything for these keys. I bought my game. It's actually the first game that I've paid money for in a really long time. Because either I'm playing free-to-play games, which is like the new, industry norm, or the key sent to me. And I just, do you want a key for this? Yes, no, from my management for every new release. This was very close to chest, and part of it is because it's China, and yet, like some marketing agencies had relationships with them, some didn't. It doesn't matter. I was happy to pay for this game. I've been looking forward to it for 2 years. And from a gameplay perspective, this game is about as good as it gets. This is not only a 9 out of 10 minimum, but it is so clear that they really gave a shit about this project. This is not about making money. This game is a piece of art. They treated it like that during its development, and that comes through 100% between the way that the game plays, Not only is it stunning, not only is there tons of available ways to play the game, which you can respec your way through and change like how you want to do combat and approach each fight and build different armor sets and weapons and all of these things. It's constant boss fights back to back to back. Not a lot of shit mobs, not filled with a bunch of like basic shit, not a bunch of like random, you know, like I need to hit this guy 2 times, he dies. There's 50 of them between one boss and the next. There's none of that. It's no filler. The whole game is killer. And then a chapter ends and it has this whole the intro cutscene, by the way, one of the best intro cutscenes in a video game ever. I would put it on par with God of War, like the original, and that intro cutscene where you have the fight between, you know, what ends up being your nemesis for the entirety of the game. Phenomenal. Just like that. This game is essentially God of War meets Soulsborne games, and with a touch of Devil May Cry. That's what this game is, and it's phenomenal. In between each chapter, there's like a fully animated out depiction of what happened, and the entirety of like this story, like this is Chinese mythology. This is like their oldest main, like this is it. This is the juice, right?
China.
This is Greek mythology. This is, you know, Norse mythology. This is Chinese mythology, right? Like this is their thing. And it goes hard as shit. And you can tell that they really cared about the way that this was done. And they should be mad proud of how it's come across in their game. It's very good. That being said, I think these kinds of things like don't even like when they send out an email, China is at a place culturally where they don't even think about this. This is like boilerplate, probably. In my opinion, this
absolutely.
is like my thought process with the way that the government treats them and all of like the business entities over there. This is boilerplate. You're sending keys to like Americans about like, and you're going to play a game that's literally based on the main mythology from your culture that is like into like literally sewn into the fiber of your Chinese culture. Like I expect this. I really do. Doesn't surprise me at all. And I do find it funny that they specifically try and get you not to talk about like some sort of controversy that the studio had. That is good memes. But at the end of the day, like in today's gaming industry, trust me, I'm happy to separate the art from the artist, bro. Just somebody give me a good game, dog. You know what I mean? Somebody give me a good game. And they killed it. They killed it. I'm maybe a fifth through the game, and I'm so happy. So
I'm glad you like it. If I were to extrapolate on this type of game a little bit, if I was to make a game, it would for sure be a story game like this, where I'm going to guarantee you 20, 25 hours, dude. And then that's it. That's my when you purchase from me, I'm giving you 25 banger hours. I don't want to worry about servers. I don't want to worry about multiplayer. I don't want to worry about longevity. I want to capture you for these 25 hours and just all killer, no filler.
Suck you dry,
dude. Then I'll go on to the next.
Yeah,
that would be my type of game. I'm not interested in the multiplayer, all that shit. So I love these types of games.
The game is linear too, for clarity. Like there's not a lot of open world exploration, so they don't even have they didn't even bother. They didn't even try to give you a bunch of filler bullshit. They didn't give you a million side quests. They didn't give you nah, dog. Like we are going from boss to boss. Every boss is super different. You gotta crack the code, figure it out, put your points in, you earn your XP, and we get to the next cutscene, which is literally like giga engorging. Phenomenal.
Love engorging.
And they got that guy with no head that's singing the whole time.
That guy goes hard.
He sings bangers, dude.
Yeah, this is like a Mongolian throat singer. No, all throat, no head.
Secret tunnel. Another dub.
Secret tunnel.
This is on the Epic Store, so I'm assuming it's Unreal Engine? Or does
I
it
would.
not work like
This
that?
has.
I would
No,
assume
it
so.
doesn't
has
work
to
like
be.
that.
It's too
But
smooth.
what engine is Wukong? UE5.
It would
Yeah.
amaze me if this was on.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
Yup.
if this was not on
Yeah.
Unreal, it would amaze me.
It
Just
has
like-
to be.
Great
know it's not.
engine, dude. Great engine.
Yeah, well, they kill it.
Another just point that you might not be able to cook that up, but you can do stuff like this in Unreal Engine. There's materials you can buy. There's free assets if you want to go all free. There are some sick assets in the freaking marketplace right now that you could purchase. It blew my mind. And if you have anything left to say it while I'm looking this
You
up.
want to
'cause I
hear
wanna
this?
link-
Because this is a
Yeah.
fun fact.
Yes.
This game hit second place for all time ever peak for a video game on Steam chart.
Yeah. I just saw
Wow.
that it had reached over 2.3 million the other day, concurrent.
Holy cow, dude.
But they launched at 1.3. That was my stat from earlier. So it's just a smash hit.
Yeah, they're
They-
20, almost 2.4 mil. And the all-time peak, like the record, is PUBG with 3.2. They were 2.4ish. PoW World hit 2.1, and CS has hit 1.8.
Sheesh.
The cool thing, shout out CS, that 1.8 was recent after existing for 25 fucking years. What's up? But on top of that, in the last 24 hours, 1.3 mil. In the last 24 hours, CS has 1.3 million people on the game. That's what I'm talking about. Dead game my ass, haters.
Well,
All right.
if we want to switch gears a little bit back to this.
Yeah.
Look at this dragon. If you guys are watching, we're playing a video. If you're listening, we're playing a video of a rotating dragon right now. Scrub through a little bit for me. Beautiful, beautiful dragon. It's got animations. It can fly.
Dragging these nuts on your chin. Sorry.
Okay.
Had to get you back for the short thing. We're good. We're good.
Keep scrubbing. Keep scrubbing. Let's see if it gets really good. Like this video is 8 minutes long, showing you all types of animations and different customizations on this dragon. Just so you're aware, this dragon right now is $139. 2 weeks ago, it was $25. $25. They have sales every month. They have free stuff every month. Constantly new, constantly revolving.
Mhm.
Bro, and if you guys want to make a game, make a freaking game. Or you can make some animations. That's what I do with it. But there's a void that needs to be filled in the gaming industry. So what are you guys waiting on? Make a freaking dragon game. Well, not now. It's not on sale anymore. But there's other stuff on sale. Or just use the free shit. Backyard Sports, dude. It was 8-bit graphics.
I hear you.
Unreal Engine, keep doing your thing.
Yes,
I appreciate you.
Love it.
Love Unreal. Good luck doing this in freaking Unity, losers.
Fucking roasted, dude.
That's fucked up. All right. What else we got, Abe?
All right, so this is great. Back-to-back weeks, I have a Pokemon story for us.
Yeah.
This one's fantastic. I laughed very hard at this. So they recently had the Pokemon World Championships. That's for the trading card game. And one of the people in the game, known as Ian Robb, he was a heavy favorite to actually win the championship, and all that video started playing with sound. And he was disqualified out of the tournament, ending his bid. And the reason he got disqualified is because he made what they called a unsportsmanlike gesture. And I have this moment captured right here. So this is Ian Robb at the tournament, and he does the jerk off motion with his hand.
He doesn't even shoot it.
Bro,
I know. He does.
Get a
the
He's
jerk
lawyer.
just
off motion with
fluffing
his hand.
himself at that point.
shaking the dice. That is not jerking off, dude. Get a lawyer. That's shaking the dice all
Yeah.
day. Get the heck out of here.
He was
bro.
talking about RNG.
Bro, he got banned for that?
That's crazy.
He got kicked out of the tournament. Yeah. So their explanation is that Pokemon is a world that is typically rated E for everybody. There's a lot of kids that are into the trading card game, and that type of behavior is unacceptable in the competitive gaming industry. I will say that some of us were watching some of the recent CS tournaments.
Bring it up.
In that tournament, we had a member of FaZe Clan. I don't remember. I think it was Brooksy in FaZe Clan. Brokey, there it is. He, after a pistol round victory, he gave the double birds. He flicked off the team with the double birds to the other team, and they weren't disqualified. So I guess this only applies to rated E games in everybody's mind. But do lewd gestures like this have a place in the competitive gaming industry? I don't know, but
100%.
Yeah.
Why would they not? You have to get in people's heads.
I am of two minds on this one.
Okay.
CS is known for being a gentleman's sport. There is tons of sportsmanship historically in Counter-Strike. And the guy with the double birds, Brokey, is solely representing himself in a negative light in the same way that FaZe Clan has always represented themselves in a negative light. They are the shitters of the esports world. They are the laughing stock in the sense of like, and pun intended, for going public and then watching their stock price fucking plummet to the ground. They are scam artists who milked their community for some altcoin and NFT bullshit scam, right?
Okay.
And this is the way that they behave throughout their organization. It doesn't have a place in CS. No one else behaves this way. It's 100% fine to have competition. It's fine to be heated and be passionate about it, right? But there is a line. And there's just like, I think like throwing up double birds, like they're in your head. You're not in theirs. Like you're just being a loser, in my opinion.
The finger has always I don't think I've ever flipped anyone off because it's just childish. But
yes, 100%.
If the guy stood up and did like something like that, I'd be 100%. Like bro. There's every sport needs the heel.
I agree completely. And there's people who play it in CS without doing this dumb shit. Like I fucking hate his face, but Apex from Vitality is the heel of CS. Like when we were in Dallas, all of us were chanting, "Fuck you, Apex," because he's playing the heel 100%. But there's also, hear me out. Hear me out.
You're chanting,
I understand.
"Fuck you, Apex," and you're saying this guy can't do the jerk off move or the double bird.
He brings it upon himself in the way that he speaks to the audience. He eggs the audience on.
Okay.
Essentially, he says shitty things about the other team, the audience, and he behaves like a baby back bitch all the time. Like he literally spends half the game punching his desk like a child.
Yeah, it's not.
No, it's softish baby shit.
Oh.
But that being said, I find what he does to be better for the sport than being like just like the no brain double bird, like I'm a child. You know what I mean? It's two very different things.
The bird is distasteful for sure, any situation. But I think of like, and I know your thoughts about this because we talked about this, but you bring a guy like Conor McGregor into UFC and he sells the most tickets ever. And this guy was charging tour buses and throwing chairs and breaking windows and going too far in a lot of people's minds. And we've talked about it too. You were like, I like that that's a sport with respect. And there's just like no respect there.
Conor McGregor is part of the reason for the UFC becoming a fucking clown show. It's made the sport objectively worse. And I think most people at this point can look at it and say that if they have been a fan from the time before Conor to now. It is objectively worse. Everything is for ratings. No beef is actual beef. It's literally like watching the WWE. It's undermined the meaningfulness of it entirely. And that's what can happen to CS if they let it go beyond those lines. It matters.
Then they might make a shit ton of money.
They're in the short term, and then the whole thing falls apart.
What about the Khabib McGregor beef? You don't think that was any of that was real?
No, that was real.
Yeah, that was freaking
Oh,
real,
100%.
dude. Yeah.
But
not-
I'm watching
maybe-
I'm watching it because like that was so successful. All of these absolute moron shitbirds try to replicate
Sure.
that.
Sure.
And then they literally kiss each other on the mouth after a fight within 3 seconds because it's over, because none of it was real to begin with. Oh,
Yeah.
you know, I have a lot of respect. Oh, you really love to see that, Joe. Shut the fuck up, DC. They weren't upset at each other at all. But and like it's all just purely marketing material, and it's more about that than the martial art. And I don't want CS to get to that place.
So the
Fair.
problem isn't necessarily with a Conor McGregor. It's that you can't have the whole community be that way, right? Is that kind of work? Because Conor McGregor, he was authentic in his shit talking. At least he did end up hating all those people. He had real beefs, but he did go too far and made a little bit of a clown show out of it. So it's
Yeah,
like, where is it a thin line?
No,
Is
it's
there,
not.
like,
It's not purely authenticity. It's there's lines in the sand. You can't cross them. Like,
Okay.
and he should have been penalized. But again, Dana cares more about money in the short term than anything else, right? And like, it is what it is. And I think the sport is worse off because of it.
I think the audience corrects people. I
Yeah.
think when there's the fakeness, it's very obvious, and there's a correction. I think with Conor McGregor, the way he spoke, not just with his shit talking, the way he would speak, like at these press conferences, the way he would communicate, just like everyone gravitated towards him. It wasn't always in the shit talk, and it was just the confidence. But when someone's trying to fake that, the audience can see it, and there's a correction, in my opinion. But anyway. Jerking off, I think that was rolling the dice, dude. I don't think that was jerking off.
I think you could make that argument after reviewing
100%.
the tape.
It was
I
this
think you can
way,
make
bro.
that
Unless
argument.
he's got a Merv curve, then, dude, he was up here like this, sideways.
Mhm.
Come on, dude.
It's a kids tournament, though.
I think
That's the
where it
argument.
falls apart for me is just like, I don't know what the precedent is for like Pokemon TCG. I don't know how serious it is. I don't know like what kind of money's behind it. I have no idea. I have no concept what its viewership is. And I think all of those things like do matter as far as professionalism is concerned. And like what I always think back to is like watching like COD. This is why COD isn't respected at all as an esport. It's a fucking joke because they let them and encourage them to literally just yell slurs at each other from across the room. I mean that it was literally encouraged. These people were like getting into like shoving matches like in between rounds. It was actually pathetic, and that's why it doesn't exist anymore, despite being one of the earliest esports. And it's like, is that mode any different? Not really. Like search and destroy is like that's pretty much CS. And despite being like real early, also, it doesn't exist because they let those kids act like clowns. And unfortunately, some of them were in their 30s at the time. It was actually so pathetic. No one can take that shit seriously. And so I refuse to like watch CS devolve into that. And Apex 100% plays the fucking clown, just like Kerrigan has played the clown, just like Cadian has played the clown, just like the entirety of Fnatic played the clown in the beginning of CSGO. I hated that team because JW is a fucking bitch. Because he's the COD guy standing up and yelling shitty things at the other team in between rounds, even when he's losing. It's like, shut up, sit down, play the game. Like, let the gameplay do the talking. Like in MMA, let your fucking fists do the talking. Like, I just think it's such a it's a weak man's mentality to have to like talk shit and be hyper emotional during the play. Like that just shows me that you don't have emotional intelligence. You can't control yourself. There's no self-discipline. And that's like one of the things I have the least amount of respect for. People who can't rein it in. Like I personally find that pathetic. And again, I think it has negative implications on whatever arena they may be in. So that's my 2 cents.
I think the sport that has done chirping and smack talk the best of any professional sport, esport, is hockey. Those guys have their own little insults. They've made it part of the culture, and it's fantastic.
You know
I love
why,
the
though?
behind the scenes because there's a respect there too for each other.
There's a
And you can fight.
system of checks and balances
Yeah, that you can fight
because
if
at
you
any
couldn't fight
point
each other.
you can punch somebody in the face. So it's a little bit different. I think it becomes regulating in that sense because there is this whole culture of like, you're gonna have to drop the gloves, and then if you can't, you're gonna have to bring in your enforcer, and then you look like a bitch, and then you're Sidney Crosby starting shit because you are a bitch. But you also don't want to be injured. So when you get into a fight, you punch some dude in the genitals because you got nothing else and you look like even more of a bitch. You know what I mean? Like it's this whole thing. I think that, yeah, you're right. It does. And I think it's good because it is self-regulating. People have like, there's lines. And when you cross that line, you're going to fucking pay for it in a very immediate way.
So the question is, does esports need enforcers? I think, right? If
I could watch someone punch Apex in the face, I would be so happy. If he earned it, and then, oh man, hell yeah, dude.
Well, it's in hockey. It's in the game, so no one's writing a lawsuit.
I'm joking. I'm joking. I obviously don't want that in CS.
No,
that's clown fiesta shit.
What if it's in the game? It's in the game. It'll keep people in check, dude.
Every team timeout, 2 people have to fight.
Jesus. Could you imagine what those fights would look like, dude? Come on.
If you win the fight, you get like a money bonus in the next round. We could make this work.
Yeah, money swings on the timeout. I like that. Now we're talking, dude.
Those fights would be almost as cringeworthy as watching that dude flip the double bird.
Yes, you're right. Yes.
So I hear first, just straight up, the bird has always been cringy. It's just like, that is the ultimate cringe in my opinion. Never liked it with the thumb in, never liked it with the thumb out. It's all just weird to me. And then it makes me wonder, when I see stuff like that, does that guy think about how he looks? Like, does he have that inner monologue? Like, I'll look stupid if I do this, or no?
He probably thinks it looks cool. I mean, he probably thinks it's funny. And he's doing that as part of a shitty image. And, that's a little bit of the culture that Mark references earlier of those teams and organizations bleeding through. They think that stuff's funny. And there is a certain audience that probably thinks that's funny, that caters to that. And that's not the right audience.
The same audience that doesn't have fucking disposable income because they're children. So good luck maintaining.
Oh, man.
It's unlucky. I don't know. I think I just want CS to stay pure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want to see it devolve. What's that?
I think I saw a putty cat.
I don't know what that means.
What? Are you kidding me? You don't know what? I think I saw a putty cat.
Looney
Tunes?
Tunes?
Don't know what that is? That's Looney Tunes, bro.
Yeah,
Tweety Bird?
Tweety Bird.
Tweety Bird.
And Sylvester?
I guess.
I'll be honest, bro. That's the cat's name. I haven't.
For the big dog.
No,
Sylvester is the cat's name.
No, you're mixing
Tom
Looney
and
Tunes
Jerry
with,
is a different thing than
no,
Looney
it's all
Tunes.
the same universe.
No, it's not. That was Hanna-Barbera, wasn't it? Wasn't Tom and Jerry Hanna-Barbera?
I don't freaking know what that
I
is.
don't think that was Looney Tunes. That's like the whole other. That's the whole other animated universe.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anyway, all great topics. The one that I enjoyed the most, to be honest, was backyard games. So keep us posted on that.
I'm hyped that you're hyped.
Oh, what a perfect time. My camera just overheated. So, Mark, tell us what you got coming up this week.
Incredible. I'm going to be definitely diving into more Wukong. Incredible story. Really good gameplay. Having a blast. Probably do some Dungeonborn leading into that the next couple of days, but should be a good time. That's the plan. Twitch.tv/Markstrom.
There we go. Abe, how about you?
I'll be moderating over at the channel. I'm enjoying watching that game. I think I might buy it myself. It looks really fun. So maybe I shouldn't watch, but yeah, definitely swing on by, get involved in the chat. Chat's been great with this game too. The community's really showing their stuff here and being good. So the Abe Banhammer has not had to drop yet.
Good. Wonderful. I'll make this quick. We do this podcast every week unless Markstrom has a baby or Abe goes on vacation, which he will be going on soon, and we have a great time doing it. So would you kindly subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on Spotify. We are up to date, folks, on Spotify, and this one will be going up shortly. Yes, we do this every week, and we have a great time. So if you can share it with your mom, your brother, your sister, your auntie, your uncle, your fish in your fish bowl, and your dog or your cat, Tom and Jerry, we'd appreciate that. This has been another wonderful episode of Plug Podcast, and we will see you guys next week. Peace.
Deuces.